In this video, I want to show you how to take something like this, which is a custom web design done inside of an external tool like Figma, and we're going to both externally and internally use Fable 5 to build this project out inside of Framer. We're going to start with the Claude CLI. We're going to open up the terminal, make those connections. We're going to make it drag in everything from Figma and then pull everything into Framer to start building out all my styles, all my color palettes, the entire design system. It's going to build out components and the entire web page for us. Stay tuned. This is going to be a good one. You can see I have the latest version of Claude installed, and I'm just going to really quickly select model and make sure that we move over to Fable. So now we're on Fable 5, and I have a blank project here inside of Framer, and I have a design that has been built inside of Figma. Here is the Figma link and the Framer project invite. So let's just go back and grab those again really quickly, grabbing the full URL that directs exactly to this node. I'm going to space there really quickly, come in, copy this in Framer really quickly, and now both of those are in there. So, okay, we're authenticating, agent approval. Why wouldn't you just come into the agent and set the model down to Fable 5? You can totally do that. But this pathway and method is because I already have a Claude Max subscription. So let's pull from that token base instead of it leveraging the tokens from my Framer account. That's kind of the context here, or the thing we're trying to do. This design is not super complex. It's a desktop size website for a redesign that I'm moving into for my Design Champs community. And, you know, basic hero kind of masthead section. It's got some custom gradients in the background there and a UI card that's been built. Typography is connected to a design system. And then we have a couple of like bento cards and some things that are happening here. Some decent progress here at about the 5, almost 6 minute mark. It's fetching the remaining Figma section specs. It's going to export and upload image assets, set up the Framer styles for me directly inside of Framer, which is going to be dope. Build the nav and the hero in Framer, and then build what you'll get plus the bootcamp section, which what it's talking about here is, you know, these kind of sections down here. So it's already kind of moving in the right direction. Okay, now this should actually start manifesting. So we're in the setting up Framer styles and fonts section. So you can see over here in the left-hand side of Framer, I have the project open and we don't have any styles yet. So we should see styles starting to build. Oh, this is big news. So we're officially starting to see styles added into the project. You can see them over here. Text styles, link styles, color styles. Let's just click those open. They're being neatly organized for us in real time. So now we're at the 14-minute mark. It's completed setting up the Framer styles and fonts, and it's now starting to build the nav and hero inside of Framer. So we should start seeing the action happen over here, actually on canvas. And it's starting to happen right now as we speak. Nav is in, hero section is in. We come in here and just start to drill down on some of these. This whole thing has been basically exported as a singular element, which we might have to come back. The text isn't quite right. That's fine. Maybe it couldn't grab those fonts, like we didn't have the license for them or they weren't easily available. We can always come back in and change the type styles. Sections are going in, and they're going in fast. So it seems like to me that the kind of the ramping of this starts to get more impressive after it's done a lot of that initial collection work, reading the file, building out the system, creating the text styles, color styles. It's able to build these sections out a lot quicker once it has all those things kind of captured and understood. So this section is, it looks like almost done. What's also cool, if you'll notice, after it builds a section, it is sometimes running checks on the work that it's done, which is kind of interesting. So now we're building the video banner, the users, CTA, and footer sections, all the following sections. Other sections are popping in. Again, we're at about the 19-minute mark, 56,000 tokens leveraged, and the rest of the sections to the page are pretty much in. The last task that it has that it's about to move to is a visual QA against the Figma reference. Oh, that's actually a big deal. I did not ask it to do the responsive versions. It just assumed that's what I would want. It has officially completed. It brewed for about 30 minutes and 15 seconds. So let's actually check out and see what we got here. Let's press play on our design and see what it looks like. It looks pretty good. It's responsive. It's adaptive into tablet and then down into mobile. So we need some sort of serif font for the headline. So why don't we come back over to agent? And again, we're working inside the native agent. And let's just ask it using the Fable 5 model to update the, and then we can say at H1. Can't we say at H1? Yeah, the at heading 1 style to use a serif font. Boom. I don't know why it made it, for some reason, it made it black italic. Let's just make it black. That's a little bit better. What I would want to do is say like, hey, I don't like the fact that my navigation is not a component. So why don't we come back into agent really quickly and yeah, we'll just come in here and let's just select, we'll use our selector to grab this navigation section and just say, and mobile should have a hamburger menu that drops down the menu. It's already componentized it for me, which is kind of great. But then I'm making real-time updates to elements as well, and that's not screwing anything up. So I'm just going to click inside of our component and see that it's starting to, you know, to build out all the different states to it. Although it is building out the hamburger menu. But let's just come in here really quickly and update this. I don't want this white background. That was a choice it made that I'm not into. And now we're back to something that's functional and working. It is still in process, in flux right now, but we could press play up here and see what's happening. All right, our navigation is starting to work a little bit. We're getting there. Let's click back in. It's linking up and wiring up the navigation. I'm not a big fan of the way that this ghost button is sitting. It feels really funky. I'd rather have that like, you know, side by side maybe. I feel like that might be better. I could just do this for it, come back in, move that to the left, and that might work a little bit better. So now when we come out, yeah, it's completely done doing its work. So now we can click that and boom, there it is. It's all working and functional the way we want, and it's responsive, which is super nice. Kind of a huge time saver. So about 30 minutes inside of Claude, leveraging all of my tokens and my subscription and plan there. Then once I get inside of it, I personally feel a lot more comfortable using the native agent. You can add specific skills like breakpoint, CMS, components, code review, all of those things, or you can start at mentioning in like entire pages, specific components, text styles, color styles, anything and everything. To me, this is all of the things that I want. And Fable 5, I didn't do a comparison version of this using something like Opus or any of the other models or ChatGPT models, but this Fable 5 delivered. It is, I would say, besides a couple of little typography switches and changes, it did a pretty impressive job. You know, pretty pound for pound, pixel for pixel, very, very correct, very, very on it. All in all, Framer and the new Fable 5 model is kind of a powerhouse workflow on steroids that I think everybody should at least try, get into. And you can see how simple that process is. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell so you know when more videos like this one come out, and we'll see you in the next one.